You planned, you worked, you believed. And then suddenly, life happened. A failure, a loss, a moment that broke your rhythm. You tried so hard, but somehow you fell behind. Maybe you lost something important, a dream, a relationship, an opportunity. Maybe you just lost yourself for a while. But listen, this moment doesn't define you. It's not the end of your story. It's a chance to begin again. Setbacks always come when we least expect them. You were building momentum, and suddenly, everything stopped. You start asking questions. Why did this happen? What did I do wrong? But the truth is, every great story has a moment of breaking before rebuilding. Every hero has a chapter where they fall. Maybe that's where you are right now. Not broken, just between chapters. The pain, the confusion, the silence. It's all part of the reset. Because you can't start fresh until something ends. And maybe this is your ending, before the rebirth. The hardest part isn't the setback. It's the decision to start again. Most people wait until they feel ready. But you'll never feel ready. You just start shaky, uncertain, but moving. Because courage doesn't come before action. It comes after you begin. Restarting doesn't mean you erase the past. It means you use it. You learn from it. You rise from it. It's the same way you started once before. You can start again. This time you become wiser. Let me tell you a story about a man who built a dream in his parents' garage. No investors, no fancy degree. Just an idea and the belief that he could change the world. His name was Steve Jobs. At 21, he founded Apple. At 25, he was a millionaire. And by 30, he was fired from the very company he created. Imagine that for a second. You pour your entire soul into something. One day, the world tells you you're not good enough for it anymore. He said it felt like a punch in the gut. Lost, embarrassed, and angry. Everything he thought defined him was gone. But here's the part most people forget. He didn't give up. He started over. He built a new company called NEXT. He bought a small animation studio called Pixar, a tiny team that no one believed in. For years, Pixar made no money, but they kept creating. And then, Toy Story happened, the world's first computer-animated movie. It became a global phenomenon, and while the world celebrated Pixar, something else was happening. Apple, the company that once fired him, was falling apart. In 1997, they asked Steve Jobs to come back, and when he did, he changed everything. The iMac, the iPod, the iPhone. One comeback that reshaped the world. Years later, Steve said in his Stanford speech, "Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith." Because being fired didn't end his story. It refined it. That failure became the foundation of his legacy. So if you've fallen, if you've been rejected, replaced, or told it's over, remember Steve Jobs. Your story isn't over. You're just in the part where you start again. Restarting isn't about speed, it's about direction. You don't need to move fast, you just need to move forward. One small action a day. One promise kept. One reason to keep going even when no one's watching. That's how momentum is built. Not through perfect days, but through persistent ones. You fell, yes, but you stood up. That makes you stronger than before. Every time you restart, you become harder to break. Look at you now. You might not be where you hoped, but you're not where you were. You've grown, you've endured, you've rebuilt. That's what true strength looks like. You've learned that failure is not final, that falling down is part of the climb. You're no longer waiting for the right moment. You're creating it. If you're still here, still breathing, it means your story isn't over. The world still needs your light. So get up, Wipe the dust of start again, with hope, with faith, with heart. Because right now, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. So maybe the question isn't, what if I fail again? Maybe it's, what if this setback is exactly what I needed to grow? Because sometimes, the hardest endings become the most powerful beginnings. So tell me, what chapter are you ready to restart?